So after 9/11, the FBI infiltrated mosques and conducted surveillance of American imams to fight the war on terror. Remember how the ACLU, the Democrats, and the media found out about it and they were hysterical? But the ACLU, the media, and the Democrats haven't said a word about the FBI infiltrating the Catholic Church. The left isn't actually against unconstitutional searches and seizure. They just want to be the ones searching and seizing. And Joe Biden loves to brag about his Catholic faith. Well, the Catholic Church was just illegally infiltrated by the FBI. I'm sure Binder will release a statement about Islamophobia. That should cover it. Now, JFK was the first Catholic president in American history, and he was proud of his faith.
I'm a Catholic, and no Catholic has ever been elected president. The real issues in this campaign have been obscured. Not what kind of church I believe in, for that should be important only to me, but what kind of America I believe in.
RFK Jr. is running for president, also a Catholic, and he joins me now. So would you, as president, fire the FBI director?
Well, I would certainly question him about these issues. Now, I think you were right to point out the different application of ethics here on a kind of a political line. We were horrified during the 1960s that the FBI had infiltrated the civil rights movement. It infiltrated the anti-war movement. As you pointed out, after 9/11, it began infiltrating innocent Americans who were attending mass. And you know, in the last couple of years in COVID, DHS was found also to be doing the same thing with the medical freedom movement. So I think this is bad, where it should not be a partisan issue. We should all be concerned. You know, my father, Jesse, in his first week as Attorney General, he was the senior law enforcement officer in the country. And of course, the Attorney General is in charge of the FBI as well. And he called all of the branch and division heads into his office and said, I want you all to understand one rule, that during this administration, there is going to be no weaponization or politicization of law enforcement capacity in this country. If somebody's a Democrat or Republican, they get treated equally. And,
well, that would mean that if you were president, then you'd have to fire the director because this guy is politicized the bejesus out of the Bureau. You weren't ever on Jeffrey Epstein's jet, were you?
I was on Jeffrey Epstein's jet 2 times. I was on it in 1993, and I was on it and I went to Florida with my wife and 2 children to visit my mom over Easter. My wife had some kind of relationship with Ghislaine Maxwell, and they offered us a ride to Palm Beach. So I went then, and on another occasion, I flew again with my family, with I think 4 of my children, and Mary, my wife, to Rapid City, South Dakota, to go fossil hunting for a weekend, and but otherwise, I was never on his jet alone. I've been very open about this from the beginning. This was in '93, so it was 30 years ago. It was before anybody knew about Jeffrey Epstein's, his nefarious issues. And I agree with you that all of this information should be released. And we should get real answers on what happened to Jeffrey Epstein and any of the high-level political people that he was involved with. All of that should be open to the public. It should be absolutely transparent. And, I don't see why any of those records would have any redactions in them. Why would we be hiding that from the American public?
Well, you might not even
outrageous.
Get a chance to do that because Mark Elias, the hotshot Democrat election attorney, is trying to basically kick you off ballots. What's going on there?
Well, I think both the Democrat and Republican Party are going to try to get me off the ballots. We're in the middle now of a ballot access petition drive, so we have to get a million Americans to sign petitions to get me on the ballots in the various states. People who want to sign up to get me on the ballot can go to Kennedy24.com and sign up now. But we're having an upsurge in people who are supporting me, and we're way ahead of where we intended to be at this point. And I think we are going to get on the ballot in all 50 states. And I know the Democrats are going to try to stop us. The Republicans are going to try to stop us. But I think a lot of Americans want an alternative to what the parties are offering them.
Well, that sure would be exciting to see you debate Trump and Biden. That would be must-see TV. RFK Jr., thanks for joining Jesse Watters Primetime and Shooting Straight.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.